and we come together each morning to know the truth, to have some fun, get some inspiration, and have some coffee.
That's right. Get caffeinated, huh?
And
so get that mind right.
Absolutely. I love hashtag Thought Thursday, and our very special guest that we have in-house this morning, we have Laura. She is the creator of VertLock. It is incredible. Good morning, there you are.
Good morning.
Hi. So VertLock is an incredible, sustainable lifestyle platform. It's all eco-chic, and she's got our fall gift guide there on the table for us. I'm so excited to talk to her more. And Kat Levy is in the house.
Yes.
Hey, the diamond guru, or should I say goddess. Good morning, Kat. How are you?
We're good. I mean, I'm just excited to be here.
Well, we're excited too. And Ms. Genevieve Morin. I mean, you've seen her on the cover of GQ, Sports Illustrated.
There's a magazine she's been on the cover of.
Oh, this girl is fire, but she's so much more than the beauty on the outside. I'm so excited to get to know more about her story later in the show. So, Kat, you've got the mic. Here in Good Morning LaLaLand, we'd like to know, how do you start your day? What's something you do in your morning routine to really start your day off right?
Well, I actually wake up at 5:30, sometimes 6 a.m. every day, and I start my day by actually do read the Bible. That's my inspirational few minutes of the day. And then I take a shower, I do my hair, makeup, and in the past I would have to drop off my kids, but now I have a son who's old enough to do that. So right after that, I really just go to work.
And select how you're going to sparkle for the day, I'm sure. The accessories have got to be part of this routine, right?
Of course. And well, actually, it's funny. This week, I've decided to allow my husband to dress me up for the last couple of days. So he's been choosing outfits that I don't normally wear to work, but then I've got a good feedback. Everyone's loving it, and you know, it's just fun.
That is fun.
It's pretty incredible. Go husband. That is.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, good morning, Laura. We're so excited to have you here with all these incredible fall spectacular gifts. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
So how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
Well, I'm a coffee drinker, so I start my morning with a cup of coffee and a morning meditation, just to say thanks for all that I've been given and think about what I want to focus on that day and all the accomplishments I want to do. I basically sit there, drink my coffee, and meditate. That's what I do.
I meditate and drink coffee at the same time. How do I get my hand up there?
Yeah, we mentioned earlier this week, coffee is my ritual. I almost didn't have coffee and thought I was going to lose my mind, because that's when I really set my intentions for the day. Well, thank you so much for bringing all these incredible products. I'm excited to hear all about them in the show, but if you could just tease us a little bit and tell us what we've got on that table.
Okay, so today we have my 5 fall favorites. We've got candles from Le Rouge. We have a makeup set, the bold makeup set from Elate Cosmetics. We've got some beautiful clothes from We Are Ha. Cozy blankets from Dino Apparel, and then we have these amazing mugs and ceramics from Jason Fox Ceramics.
Sign me up. Love the velvet.
All guilt-free too. When it's eco-chic, there's no guilt involved, right?
Exactly.
Well, and good morning, Genevieve. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your morning with us today.
Thanks for having me on the show. Your products are great. I was getting a sneak preview beforehand, just so you know I'm special. This is great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. How do you start your day? What's your morning routine like?
So in an ideal world, I like to wake up at 7 and have coffee and do some morning readings out of books that I like, and then go to the gym. But the reality is that's not what happens every day. That happens like 3 days a week. The rest of the week, like, I lie in bed on my phone, messing around under my anxiety blanket, hoping that I don't have to get up. And then I roll out of bed and go and find the gym eventually. But, you know, I like to stick with the ideal world scenario and tell people that's what I do.
Heard of security blankets, never anxiety blanket. That's awesome. I can appreciate that.
They're weighted. They're actually really nice, right, Genevieve?
It's the best thing in the whole world, and it's like, it feels like a hug. Who needs a boyfriend when you have an anxiety, a blanket, and a cat, and a coffee? We're all good.
Sign me up.
Just
I like that. That's it. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for being with us. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
I love the idea of having an ideal world versus reality. It's like, that's what it's like. Instagram, fantasy land, and then reality.
Yes.
Like all messes, hot messes. You know. No.
It is utopian, isn't it? Here on social media.
Completely.
Some people, at least.
Completely.
How was your night?
My night was so good, you guys. So I went and saw two of my dear friends I haven't seen 1 year. I worked with them for years in a spiritual center. They've been clients. We've done masterminds together, all kinds of stuff. They are 7-ray light spiritual beings, incredible, extraordinary people. But so they were giving me the whole update on their whole year. They've had all these adventures in China. They've been doing music over there, all this stuff. And then after they rattle off everything they've been up to, they're like, and by the way, we stopped going on social media we haven't been on it for 3 months. I'm like, what? Like the whole record scratches and the whole party stops. You know, it's like, what? And they're like, we can't even tell you the quality of our life, how much better it has been, and just the grounding and being able to completely be in source. And I'm like, yeah, that's a concept.
Yeah, I can imagine how peaceful that is, right? I mean, I personally feel, so peaceful when I'm not distracted by social media or by technology at all. Of course, and I also find that I'm able to use the technology more intentionally after a period of being off of it for a while.
More and more social media influencers and celebrities are taking a break from the platforms, from Facebook, from Instagram. We know Selena Gomez is taking a big break, and all 114 million of followers, we're like, where'd Selena go? And it's so interesting because everybody does say they just feel so much more at peace when they're present in their lives and not distracted by what do I have to capture, because I've been without my phone and I feel like if I don't get this Insta story, nobody's gonna know where I am, and somehow I'm not validated from this, and it is a mind twist, really.
It is, and it atrophies your attention span, right, and your ability to focus. So it's impossible to enjoy anybody or anything if you're not there mentally to enjoy it. So if you're sitting in front of someone, it could be the most amazing person in the world, but if your mind is somewhere else and you've practiced being distracted all day, every day, you can't enjoy anything or anybody in a real way.
I've mastered being distracted.
Have you? Yeah.
That one's done. Now we want to do center focus. But I want to give a shout out to Jason and Heather Powers. They're the Power of Love. They work with people, taking them on journeys down south, doing medicine, doing all kinds of things, and awakening them to the true love within. So incredible work.
For doing shout outs, I got to shout out my client and friend Steve Smith, who won Entrepreneur of the Year Award for Ernst & Young. It's the world's most prestigious business award.
Wow.
So, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so shout out Big Steve Smith.
Congratulations.
Congrats. He deserves it.
Wow, congratulations to you, Rob. When you mentioned it's a friend and a client of yours, that means you have had a significant influence on his success and his track, and he couldn't have got that without you.
It's true. I mostly help him socialize. Just kidding.
So congratulations to you, Rob,
Thank
because
you.
That's an incredible example of the work that you do.
Thank you so much, Jez. I appreciate that. I know you had an interesting night last night.
I did. I went to the Easy's opening. It's the only restaurant in the Beverly Hills, not the Beverly Hills, the Beverly Center. And celebrity chef Jeremy Fall, he's been on the show. He's a good friend of our Focus food editor, Tammy Safran. It was so fun. It's definitely like diner style food, chef driven. I had a great sriracha tuna melt. Brussels sprouts were on point, but the highlight of the meal, I gotta say, were the crinkle cut fries.
Really?
I love a good French fry.
What made those fries especially good?
They were perfect. Not greasy, right about a crisp crunch. They were in this really cute little bag, presentations, everything for me. And they're also going to have a little Nighthawk stand. Nighthawk is a really great restaurant that's open in both Chicago and down in Venice, and they serve breakfast for dinner. But of course, like the chef version of breakfast for dinner. Cereal milk, they had this really great Raisin Bran crunch drink. They had infused the bourbon in Raisin Bran for like 3 days.
Wow.
It was adult cereal, I'll tell you, and I enjoyed it. And then we went to the screening of I'm Effing Fine, a film by Jamie Anderson, one of our former guests. It was so fun. And it was such a surprise because Candace, host of Model Talks here at Focus TV, was starring in the film. We had no idea.
Wow, super cool.
Super cool. # community powered. It was a really special night over at the London Hotel. So congratulations on the successful film to Jamie Anderson. We've got to look at our show from yesterday.
Oh my gosh, how much fun yesterday. Gosh. I'm always, inspired by our guest because I learn so much, and I often learn so much about things that I don't expect to learn about. Right?
Every day.
Yeah, every day. So who'd we have yesterday? Let's see.
Let's take a look at the rewind.
So true.
Well, there's a great new man out there who's expressing myself.
Yes.
Found on the stands of Barnes & Noble, the Jazz magazine, Fashion, Culture, Philanthropy. I was so excited when I saw this, and I thought, oh, but wait a minute. This isn't mine.
How cool is that, though?
You have to be very focused with your free time and how you're going to create that momentum to get your business off the ground. But at the same time, the book is all about work-life balance. So you can't, like you said, you got to get happy first. So if you're coming from feeling burnout and exhausted and, oh God, now I got to do my part-time business, that's not going to create abundance. So it's about feeding your soul and your spirit and your fitness, and then also your time management as far as creating what I call your side hustle, which is your part-time business.
Right.
And I remind people, if you don't show your most authentic self, you're not going to inspire other people. Like, I get messages all the time where like, I just love how you love Target. Like, this dress is from Target. You know, I'm just joking around that I'm Target obsessed because I hope to be an ambassador one day, Target. So I tell them that, and also it's based off relationships. I do want to kind of break down this notion where people think you could put a post and make a lot of money from it. No, it's the comments it's the relationships that you do behind the scenes that are so important. And I say this because I used to be a former grassroots organizer in Iowa and Indiana doing cold calls and door knocking, but you have to build relationships with people, even though you're online.
Elaine Liu, we send love to you. Such a beautiful woman, having a voice for women of color, and just so extraordinary that she came from 2 immigrant parents and is really, she's pioneering her family to claim its birthright of prosperity and really own her voice.
Absolutely. It's always nice to talk to people that actually have a real life experience of like, prosperity and abundance or whatnot. And what I found interesting about both those interviews, the one with Elaine and with Rebecca, was that they hustle, but their hustle is mostly about alignment, right? So it's not just hustle, like hard work all day, every day, running around being busy and distracted all day or even intentional all day. It's about being intentional about the alignment piece.
Absolutely, and if you're in alignment, according to Rebecca, you can earn a 6-figure income part-time.
That's right, that's right.
I was definitely inspired by that. If she can do it, we can all do it.
Absolutely.
That's right, for sure, right. So we didn't get to check in about you real quick before we started today.
Man, clients on clients on clients, and then I did an interview for Suave magazine. Super cool. I always find those interviews really interesting because depending on how truly and sincerely engaged the person who is interviewing you is, it totally improves the quality of the interview, right? And the information that you provide. And he was awesome. Rashad was awesome. So thank you, Suave magazine. That will be out, I believe, next month. But
All right.
Suave magazine.
Suave magazine.
I mean, you've been at like just.
Am I getting my GQ?
Right now.
My GQ on?
Magazine, Suave,
We're working on it. I'm trying to live up to you, to your model here, Jez. You're crushing it. You've got your own magazine now, apparently. Jez magazine. You've got your own drink. You've got your own nail polish.
I'm working on it.
Okay, so let's do this thing. So Thought Thursday today, I want to talk to you guys about the metaphysics of relationship and how powerful we really are. Our thoughts literally create people, things, circumstances into our life, and I'll never forget learning about the observer effect, how we literally create things into existence. And I went through a leadership program years ago, and we went through this whole process of how we create people into existence, and how, like, I know we've all experienced where we walk in a room where maybe it's our best friend and we just instantly turn into our best selves. We're like the happiest, we're like in our flow, we're just like literally turn on the best selves. And then we walk into a room where we know people don't necessarily hold us in the miracle and full potential, and all of a sudden you feel like, why am I turning into a bitch right now? It's your fault. No. So the point is that our consciousness is so incredibly powerful that just thinking today, how are we creating people into how do we hold them? What do we think they are? And literally we can create everyone into existence. It's such a powerful conversation.
It really is, Erin, you make a great point. I think one of my realizations early was sort of the difference between being an observer of life and a visionary. And an observer basically looks out into the world and looks at their life, and they see what's happening, and then they have a knee-jerk reaction accordingly. So then they just create more and more and more of that. Whereas a visionary puts all that stuff aside, and they're more in tune with what they feel and what they're thinking on the inside, and therefore create a new reality and a new future that's not based on their current circumstances and conditions. So I think that's one of the greatest sort of delineations you just highlighted, Erin.
But it's really interesting because I think this is where assumptions and intuition come into play, especially in regards to people. And if you're an empath, and I think I'm a little bit of an empath,
for sure,
you pick up on energies. And not only do you pick up on them, but sometimes they can affect your energy. So somebody could walk in a room and you're feeling fine, all of a sudden you're like, why am I feeling nervous? Why am I tight-chested? Like, I'm not nervous or anxious, but I'm feeling that in the presence of somebody else. And then it becomes interesting because one of two things: you can be aware that that's not your energy, or two, you can let it affect you in a way that you're creating an assumption about somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's a fine line between assumption and intuition, and what might be, you know, affecting the way you're creating that reality about someone.
Such a good point, Jez. And I think we've all been on both sides of that coin, right? I know as a kid, I was extremely sensitive, and I'm definitely an empath. I think we all are, obviously. And I would often think that I was feeling stressed or anxious because of something going on within me, when really I was in an environment of stress and anxiety, and I would just pick up on it, and I would sort of internalize it. Then later in my life, I discovered that I have assumptions about people, and those assumptions would eventually come true because we know from psychology, it's called behavioral confirmation. When you have an expectation that somebody's gonna be a certain way, you already begin responding in a certain way to elicit the very behavior that you're concerned about them exhibiting. Does that make sense?
So true.
Yeah.
It's profound
It
when
is.
you get into it, and how people have literally a story and a lens that they look through, and they literally just look for that circumstance, and they you can find it, right? You know, you can look at and see someone's the miracle that they are, or you can always look and focus and energize their weaknesses. And it's funny because the biggest shift for me was when I realized, when I was like, especially like in my 20s, I would want to fix, change, and alter other people. I go, well, if they were just X, Y, or Z, then it would all work out. And I realized it was spiritually out of ethics. If I can't hold somebody for the miracle that they are, I don't deserve to be in their life.
Oh my goodness, that's powerful.
That's powerful, and it's
Right?
not. Look, I'm so human, and this is something like I aspire to be somebody who can hold everybody as a miracle. And it's like every day I'm like, oh, I'm not living on spiritual principle again. Oh yeah, I gotta like remember this.
It is a moment-to-moment experience, and like something that you continually calibrate and recalibrate for, and that's why for me, in all of my work, both personal work but also professional work, it's all about cognitive and emotional regulation. Like if you can't think what you want to think and feel what you want to feel, you've got to work on that. You've got to work on that. It doesn't mean that every moment of every day you're going to think what you want to think and feel what you want to feel, but you've got to be able to pivot more quickly back in a positive direction, or life will run you into the ground.
It's so interesting. I mean, that's what I find. It's the Jane Anderson film that we watched last night, and so many people recognize that and then choose to numb themselves out because they can't take control of the way they're thinking or the way they're feeling, and they just numb themselves out. They're taking anti-anxiety or antidepressants, and there's a time and a place for those, but most of the time, they just need to learn how to take comments of that.
You nailed it.
I usually go straight for shopping.
Straight for shouting. You're shopping. Oh yeah, shopping's pretty good. Retail therapy.
Shopping.
Yeah, or go to Instagram and post your hate comments. Yeah, that doesn't seem like you at all. It's funny that you say that, Jez, and you're absolutely right. It's so important that, you know, like you said, there's a time and place for everything, but even for, you know, anti-anxiety, antidepressants, all that stuff, you know, it's really meant to be a bridge so that you get enough sort of room and enough space that you can begin to develop the other schools in parallel process, right? So just the cognitive and emotional agility that we talked about is critical.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, thinking about your thoughts today, taking inventory, realizing how are you holding people? How do you, with each relationship, whether it be in business or intimately or your family, whatever it is, how do you hold people? What do you think, that you focus on their strengths or do you focus on their weaknesses? And if you're focusing on their weaknesses, maybe you don't deserve to be in their life.
Wow.
Just saying.
You know, something you said to me early on, and I know we have to get the break, but you said something that I thought was profound, Erin, very early when I met you. You said, you spot it, you got it.
Yeah.
That's the idea, right? So if you see something within somebody else or you see something in life, you're in a strange way claiming it for yourself.
Totally.
So you got to be careful about that.
It's a tricky one. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm Wendy Brokaw.
I'm Paula Marshall. By the way, this is politics, okay? This is not ticks. I hated it. Let's do it one more time. We are talking politics. Oh, let me do it one more time. Wait. And we're called Momtics. And take two. Let's do it one more time.
Bitching,
Didn't work.
complaining.
Let me do it one more time.
We're going to
Didn't
do
work.
it one more time.
Ready? And action. I could bitch to Wendy, and Wendy could bitch to me. I bitch more than Wendy does.
I freak out more than she does.
Right. So we bitch. We bitch about politics.
Two moms.
Oh, two moms.
Okay, so we're two moms.
It was smart. Say smart.
Not so smart. Of course, I have a news background.
No, I'm an actress. I mean, you've seen me. Hopefully. Ticks.
Tick, 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 tick. Oh, that's good.
What?
Because it's like tick, tick, tick. Oh my God, I don't know if I can do that.
I was texting. I didn't hear a word you said.
And I will still be sleepless, I am sure.
I know. Drink more wine.
Okay.
It works.
My next guest is Joel Rempelkos.
How long have we been friends for?
Welcome to Defining Moments. I'm Suzanne Quast. My next guest is Joel Rempelkos.
Oh my God!
Relapagos. Welcome to Defining Moments. I'm Suzanne Quast. My next guest is Joel Relampagos. He is one of the best people that I've ever met. I think that his story of coming out on national TV to becoming one of reality TV's biggest producers should inspire us all. Here are his moments.
Hi, I'm Jessica Seppel. No, I'm not going to go hi. And I just had the most fabulous interview with your darling Alyssa Goodman. So excited to see the interview. That last part wasn't good. Create balance when it comes to a healthy life. Don't forget to watch it. No. So don't forget to check it out on Focus TV here in West Hollywood.
All right.
He hates it. Check it out on Focus TV.
Like it?
Can you cut it and make it better?
Oh. You got this, girl. Here we go.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me laugh.
That was a good practice run, though. It was a practice run, a little slow on the uptick.
Let's.
Hi, my name is Jessie Golden, and I am the creator of The Golden Secrets. Hang on a second, sorry. Can we start over?
I'm Wendy Brokaw.
I'm Paula Marshall. By the way, this is politics, okay? This is not ticks. I hated it. Let's do it one more time.
Well, that's why I created Just a Thought meditation recordings, so that you can meditate in your sleep. Pause it there. Can you edit it in?
Being new in town, it gives me a perspective on, oh shit, no, that was wrong.
No, can we start all over? That's too much talking.
No, I'm an actress. I mean, you've seen me. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's like so hard. It's so hard. That was so hard.
Once you go chocolate, you don't want to stop it.
Oh, God.
I'll stop.
Let's do it one more time.
Bitching,
Didn't work.
complaining.
Let me do it one more time.
We're going to
Didn't
do
work.
it one more time.
Ready? And action.
Do I just talk again?
If you are vegan, you get a vegan broth. Jesus, guys. Fuck. I'm blah, blah.
I wish my boobs looked like yours. Where are they?
It's single issue.
Single issue!
Single issue.
Andy, did I make it fun yet?
Thank you. It's no longer a golden secret. We're done!
Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. On Thought Thursday, we're so honored to talk about how our thinking is powerful. And we have Genevieve Morton in the house. You may have seen her on Sports Illustrated and many other covers. What's up, gorgeous? How are you?
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. You guys are amazing, and I love Thought Thursday. That's a great concept. Very, very cool, and I love what you're talking about. And I just threw in my anxiety blanket, not even knowing that was out there.
We all need an anxiety blanket.
But that's what's so beautiful about the community that we've created with this show, including yourself, is that we're attracting so many like-minded people with a message that is authentic, that is real, that is raw, that is beyond the beautiful pictures that we know you can take, because you are one of the most sexy, feminine, divine people on the internet, but even in person. That just shines through you.
Thanks for saying that. You can hang out with me all the time.
That's why we love having you here.
You know.
Where did this journey begin for you?
You know, I think I'm from South Africa, and I started modeling when I was 19, and you know, it's a very tough career. And over time, I just became more and more unhappy, not with the career, but just with my life in general. And even though I was living my dream, like dreams can be deceiving, it can also turn into a nightmare really quickly. And I was just really, really, really unhappy, and I decided to stop drinking, which sounds like, oh, I mean, it's like a massive change in my life, and it changes everything. It changes the way I think, it changes the way I operate in the world, it changes the way I approach other people. And just the journey that I've been on in the last 4 years doing that has been outrageous and exciting and difficult and challenging, but so rewarding.
So many people are afraid of not drinking. They may not be alcoholics, but they're like, what do we do? Because our culture is so based around alcohol. And one of the things I love when, I wouldn't say I don't drink at all, but I rarely drink. And one of the things I love is that it demands me to get creative, because it's not just entertainment at your doorstep. So how do you keep the fun alive? What do you do to keep the entertainment without alcohol?
Well, at first I was kind of like, what am I going to do with all this time on my hands? Because I realized, you know, the lengths of time I would spend in the evenings going out to drinks or events and things. And I was like really unhappy at first. I thought, oh, I'm punishing myself now. You know, I've been a bad girl, like I can't drink, I don't have any fun. All I do is, you know, boring stuff. And I realized that I had to make a point of finding activities with like-minded people that are unusual. So the other evening, I don't know if you guys have heard, but this is kind of like free advertising. I have no stake in this game, okay? I went to this event called LAX, okay? And you can throw axes at like a kind of board, kind of like what you would do like a bowling alley, but with axes.
So they're like
They're like cut out X's, like cardboard?
No, an axe, like,
An
you know,
axe.
like an axe
Oh, an
chopping wood, like LAX.
Oh, wow.
And you can throw this thing, and you
I
can
saw this
throw
on your
it.
Instagram
You
page.
did, you
I
see, you
did.
stalked me beforehand. That was very
Yes.
clever. And that
We
was
call it research.
so much fun. It was so much fun. That was great. I like to do a lot of sporting things. I'll go to the driving range, the batting cages. Just like try and find stuff that's not centered around bars, that you can have a good time. And I realized, especially when it comes to dating, if you're doing an activity, it makes it way less awkward. When you're just sitting there awkwardly looking at each other, and especially dead sober, it's like,
It's almost impossible.
I have no filter. It's just like so odd.
It's interesting because it's even harder when you approach the date sober, in my opinion, to really connect, because then I'm aware of everything. I get really insecure, and I think even having that one glass of wine just kind of removes that, and I'm a little bit freer in myself. So
true, but I can't have one glass of wine.
That's hilarious. So I think it's interesting because one of the things that the show's really shifted, and one of the things we're really committed to, is showcasing that human beings are extraordinary, and you look at yours so deep, you're up to all this stuff, and when you first take a look at your Instagram, you first take a look at your website, it's like 30 exclusive photos, and I'm like, whoa, but every single person has an extraordinary story. Every single person desires love and connection and a spiritual connection. And so I think that that's kind of the myth that we're trying to debunk around here. So what, have you gotten a lot of that? Have you got a lot of people that think you're just one way?
So the one thing is, like, with my stuff, you know, I realize like a lot of girls are just willing to put up tits and ass photos, excuse my French, for guys to perv on all day. And I've been in an industry where I've been perved on for a lot of my career, and I realized like I don't get to choose how those pictures are edited. I don't get to choose what they look like, how I'm represented. And so I started creating images that I like with my art direction, and that gave me so much of a sense of like I'm in control of something that's me, you know. It's very weird putting your face or your body in someone else's hands and going, okay, cool, edit me, Photoshop me, and choose how I'm going to be perceived by the whole world. And as a result of that, you know, you go online and you think you know somebody based on what you can Google about them, but I'm not that person at all. Like, that was what was created of me by people who decided that's what I should look like, or that's how my makeup should be done, and these are the outfits I should wear. And so when you try and translate that and be like, okay, hey, I'm not just a 2D image, I'm not just a body, I have a soul, I have interests. I started about 3 years ago not posting as many kind of like swimwear pictures and things, and I started talking about the stuff that interests me. Like, you know, I read so much, and reading to me is the most incredible thing. I'm outraged when people don't read. I'm like, how do you not read? Like, reading is like the thing.
What are you reading right now?
I'm reading so many exciting things. So I just started a book. It's called The Body Keeps Score, and it's about like trauma and PTSD and recovery on that. I just finished another one called Attached, which is about attachment theories and whether you're anxious, attached, secure, or
that's a great book. I've read that.
Excellent. And then this is my favorite of all because I really like audiobooks. And if you like audiobooks, I think the author narrates it. It's The Untethered Soul.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. The last line in the book, I was just like, this is outrageous. It's so good. It's so good. Changed my whole perspective on life.
How did it change your perspective?
Just like the guy talks about living from a really loving place. And he says, like, if you always come from a place of love and you don't have walls up, you'll always be happy no matter what happens in your life. I'm like, that makes so much sense. Like, it's such a simple concept, but we are so busy going, well, I got hurt in that relationship, so I'm going to put up a wall because I'm never going to let someone do that again. But then I'm shutting out love from coming into my life. Or let's have an argument with a family member, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to be betrayed by you again. But then I'm cutting off an entire relationship with someone that can be so incredible. And it's like, why are we doing that? Just because, you know, we have to be perceived strong, whatever. But no, like, also you can also just feel your feelings, and it's also okay to do that. Like, if you're feeling sad, like, feel them. It's okay.
So beautifully said. That book's incredible, and I do agree. And reading can be so enlightening because if we can't quite get there ourselves, we can't quite get into meditation. It's like, pick up a great book of truth and it's going to shift whatever. So great that I love that. You guys would get along really well. It's like,
love Michael Singer.
Oh yeah,
love That Untethered Soul.
It's so great.
What would you say as you look back on your modeling career and this sort of journey to sobriety and to increasing happiness? What would you say, in addition to being loving, has you've learned the most about happiness? What have you learned through those experiences?
What I've
about
learned
happiness?
Is when I'm completely honest, not only with myself, but the people around me, and I express the real truth of what's going on. There's a kind of intimate connection that happens with people where they're willing to exchange, and you have an honest communication. And that is like so much more valuable than anything to me. And it's like, obviously sometimes the conversations are going to be hard or difficult, and it's not joy and smiling and gratitude lists, but it's way more valuable than anything you can buy or you can fake or whatever the case may be.
Honest communication is an actual practice. Like, people actually, it's actually a modality people use, and there's like different things of when you're having issues versus when you just want to give gratitude and acknowledge someone. It's called honest communication. It's a real, I don't know who came up with it, but it's an actual process that
well, who came up with it? Doesn't it? It just seems like
no, you'd think so. But if I said to you, how are you doing? And you'd be like, no, yeah, everything's going well. I'm really busy, and I'm just like living my best life. Actually, no, you're not really busy. Actually, you're lying in bed feeling sad about yourself because you didn't like get asked out, and then you didn't go to the gym, and you're feeling fat and lazy and just like horrible about yourself. But you don't say that because everyone wants to be perceived like life's going so well and I want to be respected and I don't want people to think I'm a loser. But if you actually tell the truth to the people around you, your whole mind and everything just expands, and you actually let go of the outcome of everything, and life changes and becomes better on its own. That's my experience.
I absolutely love that, and I couldn't agree with you more. And there's a shared truth so that other people's minds and hearts can stay open. And I work in a business where people are very committed to telling the truth, and they do it they do it consistently, and they just as consistently upset people, anger people, make enemies. And so there's honest communication, and that's absolutely critical. and there's honest and loving communication, which is even, you know, infinitely better, I'd say.
It's interesting. So Rob taught me, write a text message, then don't send it.
Especially when you're upset.
I wish I'd made it before, because I've sent way too many text messages I shouldn't have sent.
Massage
I
it.
probably shouldn't text ever, basically, is what I'm saying.
Make sure it's all out of love, and then send.
And then send. Very important.
Yeah.
I've done that with
a
a few
process,
emails.
yeah. There's a different process. There's specific things like you share, but you share from your perspective, and then you get acknowledgement, and then you share again, and then you get acknowledgement, or you give gratitude, and then the other person says. So what I heard you say is, you know, there's like a whole, it's a whole like therapy type of.
Well, there's this one line that I love in 12 Steps that they say what you mean what you say, but don't say it mean.
Love that.
I love that one. It's obviously a lot of these like slogans or whatever that you hear. They're very interesting, but they're hard to live by. But they're true. So as cheesy as they all sound, like it's like a great guide for living.
It takes, and you're absolutely right. I think there are at least 2 or 3 different levels of communication. One is just the head-to-head thing. That's kind of when, and then there's the heart-to-heart, and there's a soul-to-soul that happens too. When you know the truth, they know the truth, and you just sit in silence, right? So and sometimes that's the most profound communication that can happen. But in any case, honest communication is just everything.
100%. I think the journey of the last few years has really been, like, as they say, from the head to the heart. And what I've learned is that I wasn't really capable of truly loving because I wasn't open to it at all. And I don't mean romantic love, I mean like really caring. And I know everyone teases me because I'm a total cat lady, but I got 2 rescue cats from Crumbs and Whiskers. I don't know if you've been there, but it's the best place. It's the best place. I love
You're the cat lady? You're not who I picture a cat lady to be.
Well, you know what? My cats are the cutest. I even had to make them their own Instagram page because I knew I would bombard all my followers with my cat pictures and they would all unfollow me. So I was like, let me just get real with myself. I make them their own page. And their names are Patty and LaBelle, and they're the cutest little rescue cats ever in the whole wide world, and I love them, and they've taught me how to love again and just be warm, and I don't know, I love them. Go to the cat cafe, you'll get off the cat, you'll see what I'm talking about.
They're doing a national rescue this weekend, actually, and the owner of Crumbs and Whiskers is coming on our show on Tuesday.
Really? Is he going to bring kittens?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! You need an assistant? I'll work for the thingy.
Well, tell people what you're up to now, how they can follow you, how they can get involved.
So I've created a little digital show on Facebook called Stuck in a Rut, where I interview influencers about anxiety, stress, depression, addiction, and how they're coping with it. And we're opening that dialogue, which I love. And of course, you can sign up on my website for things, and I have a little bit of a blog going on. But yeah, just follow me on Instagram also, because I need more Instagram followers, because that's what makes you trendy these days.
I love for being so authentic in your communication.
Totally.
Right?
I need those. Somebody follow me there. I need some more.
Well, thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, guys. You guys
we'll see you
are
on
great.
Tuesday with the kitties.
Right. Exactly. I'll be here.
Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Rick Berger, fitness trainer and motivational speaker, and this is my life. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Very tough and challenging upbringing, but through basketball, I stayed focused. I did well in school, went to college, graduated from Hampton University, moved straight to LA, one-way ticket, where I figured everything out. I trained, I motivate, I worked several jobs, and I happened to get casted at the age of 29 on The Bachelorette, season 13, Rachel Lindsay. And that's when I fell in love for the first time in my life on national TV. And it changed everything. My dreams came true. I got a podcast, I traveled the world, and everything has just been flourish and amazing. And yeah, I'm a Eric Bigger, and this is my life.
Buenos dias, Los Angeles. My name is Dr. Brian Abasolo. I am a doctor of chiropractic, and this is my life. So I was born and raised in Miami. My parents are both Colombian. I decided to get into the health field, the natural health field, and become a doctor of chiropractic. At 37 years old, I had the opportunity to be casted onto the show The Bachelorette on ABC, where I eventually met the love of my life and my current fiancée, Rachel Lindsay. And together we have decided to use our platform to spread love and health and motivation to the masses, to make your body feel good, look good, and have it function at an all-time high. And this is my life.
Welcome back to Good Morning LaLaLand. I'm so excited to welcome to the show the gorgeous Laura Freakin, the creator of the Vert Luxe. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing this incredible fall gift guide.
Thank you. Aren't they beautiful? Everything here. Oh, I love it.
They are so beautiful, but your site is incredible.
Oh,
Eco Luxe for a sustainable life. Tell us about your journey in creating that.
So I am a costume designer by trade, and I sadly, from being in that industry, I know that fashion is the second most polluting industry in the world besides crude oil. And yeah, believe it or not. So all my years of doing costume design, I kept thinking, how can we make this better? What can we do? What can I do? The idea for Vert Luxe came to me when I was planning my wedding, actually, and I was trying to find eco-conscious, sustainable resources, which there was no kind of one place to go for shoes or gowns, ethical wedding rings, you know, all that great stuff that I wanted to have. So I came up with the idea of a resource, a place for people to go that want to have luxury, but also live sustainably. And I started with Vert Luxe Bride, which then grew. And now we have 5 pillars. We have wedding, fashion, beauty, home, and life. Wow. So building the pillars and building the Vert Luxe life, that's basically how I started.
I love it.
So exciting.
It's so beautiful, all these things on the table here. We want to go through it, but it is interesting when you think about it, like what makes something sustainable versus like what do we just not need? You know, like we're such consumers, and like where's that line? So where's that line for you between choosing good products that you do buy versus like, do I really need this?
Right. So a lot of times when I'm designing a show where you have things at the last minute castings, and unfortunately that means last minute running around getting whatever you can for that fitting or for the camera. My goal with Vert Luxe is to eliminate the need for that. So really making conscious buying decisions is the important thing. So with your makeup, yeah, you might maybe think about ordering your mascara from a company like Elate before you run out and have to run to the drugstore to get some fast, cheap brand, right? Exactly. Or same thing.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Velvet ones, what is it, a bodysuit?
It's a bodysuit.
A good
so
point
gorgeous.
in it that, you know, it's not always about getting everything we want, it's about getting what we need. But there is an element of gifting. And that's what's so special about the things you brought with us. They're perfect fall gifts for any man, woman in your life. And they're all sustainable.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. So Erin's obsessed with the velvet.
How does
Let's just start with the velvet.
What makes a fabric sustainable versus not?
Okay, so this company is a sustainable company. They're called We Are Ha, and they're one of my favorite brands. Their motto is start somewhere. So whether it be what makes this item sustainable, the velvet, so this is their velvet collection, nothing has to be dry cleaned. It's there's no need for irons, dry cleaning, everything you can hang air dry. You don't dry any of it.
No, dry cleaning. That's mind blowing. I dry clean every single day. I have to get something dry
you mean
cleaned.
when I go to San Francisco this weekend, I can bundle this thing
Bundle it
up
up.
in my thing and be like, okay,
and then rinse it out, hang it dry, ready for the next day.
Sign me up.
What I love the most about We Are Ha is that they're very, very ethical in their practices. They do go overseas, but everybody's paid a fair wage. Charlene, the founder, is actually in China right now doing a talk on sustainability in the fashion market. So from their digital printing to their wash and wear to their start somewhere ethos, that's why I love We Are Ha.
Oh, I love that. And I love these organic beeswax candles.
Yes.
Emitting
Gorgeous.
negative ions actually changes the atmosphere of the entire room.
Exactly. So what people don't realize about candles is most of the lower quality candles, they're filled with carcinogens, paraffins, and when they're burning, you're inhaling all of that bad stuff.
It's toxic.
It's toxic. So these candles, 100% pure organic beeswax. I went to see them make the candles yesterday, and it's really, they're taking beeswax, melting it down, putting organic fragrances in there, and even the wicks are organic cotton, lead-free. So whole thing, good for you, and yes, when you burn them, they rather than polluted.
I love candles. Candles are the perfect gift, too.
They are.
They are.
Right?
For everyone.
For everyone.
Yeah.
For
And this is so beautiful, this line of makeup. I mean, it's gorgeously designed.
Yeah, so this is one of my first brands that I ever brought to VertLux. I fell in love with them. Not only is the makeup eco-conscious, but the packaging as well. So this is bamboo, and bamboo is a sustainable resource. So from basically every single piece on this tray is good for the planet. There's, will not harm the planet.
And is this our anxiety blanket over here?
This is not an anxiety blanket, but I'll tell you, these are the most soft, cozy blankets you could ever imagine. They can also be used as a wrap or a scarf. They're made with beechwood, which is another sustainable resource, and organic cotton as well.
See, you don't have to sacrifice to be eco-chic, and that's really important, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and these basically, that's what VertLux means green luxury, and my whole thing was I want people to be able to have luxurious products that are good for the planet. So.
And we can treat ourselves to some cider, gorgeous ceramic mugs over there. Tell us about these mugs.
So this is a very good friend of mine, Jason Fox. We actually went to high school together, and we reconnected recently when I first saw his pottery on, I think it was on Instagram, and I was like, this stuff is amazing. So I reached out to him. Every piece is hand done, one of a kind. He does all of his own work. It's wheel thrown, hand painted, lead free paints. So, your baby could drink out of that if you wanted to. And again, it's all, artisanal, one of a kind, I really love, and it's beautiful. I mean, look at how the colors in that is.
And
just
we love you and what you've done in curating
Truly.
such a special collection, a platform for this, so we can really choose to have a sustainable life. Thank you for all the work and the time, the effort, and heart you've put into this.
Thank you. I'm excited to share.
So tell people where they can find the products.
Okay, so everything here today, as well as many more, you can find them on our website, which is VertLux. www.vertluxe.com, and our Instagram is at VertLuxLife. Facebook is also at VertLuxLife.
Super cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm
Guys.
going to keep living that VertLux life.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Thank you.
These are so
Hi world!
Hi.
We are behind the scenes here at the Focus TV network.
This is my first time ever going live.
Really?
I've never gone live.
Okay, good. So I'm glad. See, we're finally live.
Yeah.
This is good.
Thank you, Erica,
Yeah, girl.
for making it happen.
Also, follow at _Erica Delica. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna cut it off.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
No, just put it in the middle.
Yeah! Dum 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 dum.
Are you asking what my nationality? Oh, I'm Mexican and Russian.
I'm Mexican and Spanish. A little Irish in there.
All the colors of the white rainbow.
Exactly. All the colors of the Blanco rainbow. That means white in Spanish.
Good job.
Hi, my name is Jessie Golden, and I am the creator of The Golden Secrets. A completely, no, hang on a second, sorry. Can we start over? And this is my secret to golden, no, sorry. Just retrain your brain for the positive. Yeah, it's like so hard. It's so hard. Oh my God, such the process. I got it. Yes, a golden secret. It's no longer a golden secret.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. I'm so excited to welcome to the show Catherine Levy of Cat Levy Diamonds. Thank you so much for being with us and sparkling.
Look at your ring.
The ring is no joke.
OMG, that is no joke.
Well, special thanks to Now PR for the introduction. An incredible collection, the brand,
Thank
and
you.
a powerhouse that is Cat Levy Diamonds. We know you're power coupling this, right?
Yes, we are. We're doing everything together. We've built this as our babies, real babies. We have 2 cats, 2 dogs, all rescues, 3 kids of our own, and then we've just kind of raised them. Now my oldest is 18. I have a 16-year-old, and my 11-year-old is pretty much just living her own world. We've decided to really just put all of our energy and effort into this business. Although I've started it like in 2008, we've just recently gave it our all to make it where it is right now.
Wow, it's kind of
congratulations.
It's so fascinating, jewelry, because they do become part of your, like I consider my jewelry like they become like part of my family because there's relationship, there's like experiences and memory. Why do you think people love jewelry so much?
Well, because as you said, there's actually, it's not something that I just go out and buy. It's something that needs to have a meaning. Like if you're newly divorced, if you got a raise and you feel like you deserve something better. Even like my most favorite thing is actually stackable rings, because I feel like each ring could signify an anniversary, a birth of a child, like something good that happened. So you build in this collection that ties in together as a beautiful piece, but on the other hand, each one of those rings has a meaning that would actually, you know, be very, very close to your heart. So it's not just something like, oh, I don't want to wear this anymore because I'm over and done with. It's something that you will cherish and even pass along to other people.
Very good point, and I never thought about it that way. You know, something being a statement piece, not just a statement to the world, but a statement for yourself. Yeah.
So like for us, it's very important to actually build everything with our client. So if you came in and you wanted a special anniversary gift, and then you want to tie in all of these like birthstones and memories, we just have to find a way to actually tie in everything to make everything just not something you can buy from anywhere, but it would just, you know, we're very big in meaningful pieces.
I love that you give the opportunity for people to have the adventure of custom designing a piece. It's totally velvet glove service.
Yes.
The bubbles, it is in and of itself an experience. I helped one of my best friends, her fiance. He came to me before he proposed and he said, can you help me design a ring? No pressure. I could hardly look at the poor girl for 4 months. I knew this big secret, and I was trying to help design this ring, and I didn't know what to do or how to make of it, and it was really hard and interesting experience. So it's so great that people have a place to come and people, great people like you and your husband to work with.
So what do you do about that exact thing? Because we've all known a friend that was proposed to that she doesn't exactly love the ring. Like she loves him or whatever, but the ring is like, oh, I wish you would pick it up. How do you deal with that?
Well, what I do with usually I kind of try to read how a girl is. Most of my clients are men. With their Instagram and their Facebook. So I kind of know if they're flashy, if they want big things, or if they're very simple, just with things they post. So I would usually tell a guy if a girl is really perfectionist, I'm like, we're never gonna get her ring right, so let me give you a loaner ring, propose,
That's really
and then
smart.
I said,
Wow.
then you can have your fiance come in here and we'll do the whole process from A to Z together. So that's something that we do.
That's a smart
with
man.
a lot of
Right.
because I'm like, it's impossible to please women. Well, there's some people that would actually send pictures of jewelry to their boyfriend that, when they come in, I'm just going to be like, oh, that's easy. So then we talk about how much you want to spend, what's important to you, the size, the color, the clarity. Do you just want something that's like go big or go home kind of thing? So we actually, because my husband is a diamond wholesaler, and I'm a private jeweler, we were able to tie in all of the good of both sides. Because if you tell me you saw a ring for $100,000, but your budget is $5,000, I could actually make something very similar to what you want. And it's so meaningful too, because you actually built everything from scratch, from choosing the diamond to the design, and you're involved every step of the way.
Wow, it's pretty incredible to have such an experiential and deeply customized customer experience. It's amazing.
Yeah, and we also do it for people out of state. I'm on my phone the whole time because I actually have men always texting. I would just send pictures of and videos of diamonds, of designs, and then we go through the whole thing. They never step foot in the office. We can just make it happen. We do virtual,
like consultations?
Consultations. We just really, I make it as convenient as I can for everybody.
Wow.
Which is,
But I love the partnership you have with your husband too. I mean, you being the expert that you are, him dealing with the wholesale and diamonds, and then I followed you on Instagram, and there was a really important quote. I thought this was interesting. Be the woman willing to build an empire with her man. Don't be the girl searching for a man with an empire.
Yes, that's true. Because really always seen our marriage as a partnership. We grew together in everything we did. So it wasn't like I'm supposed to, even when I was a stay-at-home mom, which I was for the most part, he never treated me like I was lesser. Every single important decision I was a part of, every single thing we had to do and really build together. So I always felt like I was an equal into the relationship, and so that really helped me to be where I am. And also, he's the person who has pushed me to where I am. Because if I'm shy to show, let's just say, my sexuality and how I dress up, because other stay-at-home moms would feel like, would be very judgmental, he would be just like, no, I want you to show who you are and be beautiful and allow people to see you the way I see you. And this has given me so much self-confidence to really be who I am as a businesswoman, as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, because of...
He's like the setting and you're like the diamond. We love
Yes, that is so perfect.
Very nice.
People where they can find you and where they can
Well,
find
you can find me on Instagram at @CatLevyDiamond or CatLevyDiamond.com, and we actually have a office in downtown LA, 550 South Hill Street, Suite 1344, which is right in the middle of the jewelry district.
We love that district.
Thank you for shining like a diamond.
Oh, thank you so much.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Thanks.
Hi, this is Roxy with Ceremony. Wait, this is Ceremony by Roxy, sorry. Hi, this is Roxy, and this is Ceremony by Roxy. Hi, this is Roxy, and this is Ceremony by Hi, this is, okay. Hi, this is Ceremony by Roxy. I am your host, and this is a show about mindfulness, healing, and living a life with purpose. I keep going, right? Looking forward to watching the rest of your journey, and having your beautiful wife on next. I should recut that one. Hold on.
Yeah. Look, you just made your first TV show.
I can't wait to see the bloopers.
Oh, there's plenty of that.
The change is starting happening. It's nope, bad take. Nope, nope. Oh, sorry, I messed up. I was talking to the guest. It's a little fast. I bet you don't have one of those in your phone. Nope. Andy's like, damn it, I'm doing things over here. Usually I'm a one-hit wonder with my videos, but right now, how many takes are we on, Andy? Woo! Okay. I think it's maybe take 12. Nope, messed up one word at the end. It's gonna drive me insane. Listen, I've never done so many takes in my life on one video. That was a good one. Good? You like that one? Are we gonna do a blooper reel? Andy's like, you're already on all of them. Welcome back to Good Morning LaLaLand. If you love pop and you love soul, then you're gonna love Pink Lemonade. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hi. Great to have you guys.
Over 2 million views on Musical.ly. I mean, full praise emojis all around. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a quadruple threat.
Oh, thank you so much.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you all come together?
Well, I know for sure mine, like how I met them all was through mutual friends.
Yeah, we
all
just know each other.
Definitely know each other like differently. Like I met her at a music video shoot. I met her at a dance. I met her through mutual friends. So we all kind of just like came together.
How'd you decide to come up with a group?
Oh, it was actually kind of my mom's idea because I was in a girl group before Pink Lemonade, and after I was done with that, she liked the idea of a girl group, and so she wanted to start one of her own, so we did.
And who came up with the name Pink Lemonade?
Actually, one of my mom's friends. Like, they were at a restaurant at one of my dance competitions, and she got a pink lemonade, and she was like, what about pink lemonade? My mom's like, I love it.
So I have a question for you guys. So today we're talking about thinking, your thoughts, and how powerful and how we create the people in our lives into existence. And I know that when there's a group, especially of women, you know, we can get cliquey, we can get grumpy sometimes, we get moody, whatever that is. How do you guys deal with it? How do you deal with always holding yourselves for the highest for each
Well,
other?
I mean, us as a girl group, we've kind of learned how to like just talk to each other if we ever have a problem.
Yes.
And then once a week or something, we'll just sit together and be like, you know, I didn't really like how this happened, so maybe we could fix it.
Yeah, we like to represent girl power, so we always try to really stand for that and really stick together.
Yeah, and we each know, like, we all know our personalities really well at this point, so we know, like, oh, like,
you know, just like we know each other's personalities really well.
Yeah,
so
we
know.
definitely don't like clash a lot because our personalities are really similar and like we like click so well together. So there's never really like fights like, I can't believe you said that to me, like, because you know, like if I were to say, I know I can say this to Jackie, but I wouldn't be able to say it to her. Like I know like their personalities
How to work with each other.
Yeah, it's this vibe.
Yeah, working with each other.
Yeah.
You've worked with some incredible artists. Do you have any favorite collaborations?
Wow. Like I said, Fifth Harmony was really cool. We met them and it was really awesome to meet them just because they inspire us so much as a girl group, of course.
They're super sweet.
Yeah,
so sweet.
They're really nice. So that was probably one of our favorites.
How was Will.i.am?
Oh, that was insane.
That
That was a lot. There was so many people there, but it was so much fun. And it was
Also,
really cool.
when we met Neo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty smooth.
What was that like?
It was really crazy. I was just like, wow, what's happening?
And he gave us really good advice too.
Yeah,
What did he say?
What did he say?
He just told us like about like the music industry and how to just always keep striving for what you want and stuff. So yeah.
So how do you guys do that? No, how do you do that? How do you keep the faith? Because I can imagine there are times, even though you guys get along so well and you're so talented, where things get a little challenging, they get a little confusing.
Well, we're all really passionate about our craft, so I think that's also what keeps us, you know, our drive and keeps us inspired.
Definitely. Yeah.
So what does a typical like week look like for you guys? I know you're
Oh, wow. We're all over the
right
place.
now,
Okay.
it's a lot of studio time.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're
And
in the
rehearsal.
studio, and then we have rehearsals for like 5 hours.
And then we'll do content day where we
Yeah.
do all our musicallys and
Pictures.
Pictures,
Yeah.
music videos. So like we normally meet Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That's like set. And then sometimes an event will pop up in the week,
or we'll
hey,
go to
we're
the
gonna go film
studio.
this, or we're going to the studio. So that will pop up, and we'll just be like, all right, let's do it.
So this
Like,
is our life, basically.
Yeah.
How are you avoiding the burnout?
No burnout. This is what we live for. So
Yeah, but there's times when we will like just hang out like as like friends and stuff, and not just like because every time we hang out it's like more business.
Yeah.
So we try to like hang out. And,
Yeah, we like to
that's what we
balance
need, you
it.
guys.
Yeah. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
What's your most favorite part about what you do?
having them, because it's like you always have someone with you no matter what.
Especially performing.
Performing.
We like vibe off each other, and
so
we
fun.
vibe off the crowd, and it's
What does that feel like when you like turn on that superstar?
It's crazy. The
It's
energy.
a feeling I
it
can't
just-
explain
Yeah,
for sure.
unexplainable
It's
for
like
sure. Yeah.
a bunch of adrenaline and
Definitely so much.
once we go on stage, it's totally like we're on.
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
you might be, when you're off stage, sometimes you're like, wow, this is really happening. Then you go on and it's just like, boom, I'm
It's
here.
like natural.
I'm here.
Who changes the most from who they are in their daily life to when they're on stage?
All of us, I think all of us.
yeah, I don't know. I think all of us.
Like we're all like so different.
Like
We're
we'll
on
have a
stage.
conversation before stage, like, oh my god, I'm so nervous, and then boom, on stage, we're like.
It's a good point because I think a lot of people really, of course, try to manage their like pre-performance anxiety.
Yeah.
But they forget that when they're on stage and if they're doing what they love, it just goes away on its own.
It goes away,
it
yeah,
does.
and that's the best feeling.
I think I don't really get nervous before I go on stage. I think I get more excited, like, oh my god, let's go do this. Because like
really happening,
I've been
yeah.
doing it so much that it's like not even nervous anymore. Like I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, let's go perform for these people. Like let's do this.
Yeah. What are you guys most looking forward to?
Well, going on tour. That's what we really want to do.
I'm excited for our music to come out.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, music.
Yeah, because
There's
we've
so
been
many
working on a
things that
lot
we've
of
been
stuff.
what we're excited for.
Yeah.
Coming really soon.
So
awesome.
what's coming and when?
Ooh. Well, music definitely.
Yeah, we have an
very
EP
soon.
coming out at the top of the year, right?
Hopefully, yes.
Yes.
And we're also at one of our shows this weekend.
Oh, yes.
We're debuting one of our songs called Force of My Own. We're super excited about that.
Where can people see that?
title.
Are there still tickets available? Can they check it out?
Yeah, there is. On our Instagram, there's like a little link.
Little link.
So what is that force for you guys? Or do you have a spiritually base? Is it just you just feel like it's just who you are? What is
Well, that song is mostly like girl empowerment.
Definitely.
So
You're a
like,
force of your own. Like you don't need.
like you can't mess with me. I'm a force of my own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sitting here, I'm feeling that right now. Coming through. Who inspired you guys the most?
Definitely like previous girl groups like
Destiny's
Child, Fifth Harmony,
Pussycat Dolls.
Pussycat Dolls. And like personally for me, like Kehlani, I think she's like super inspiring for me. She definitely.
Bob Marley for me.
Bob Marley.
Oh, nice.
Dope.
Beyonce, Rihanna.
Beyonce, Rihanna. Yeah.
Miley Cyrus.
Well, you guys definitely inspire us. I'll tell you.
Thanks. Loving the beige and black, you guys. Great work. Keep it up. You guys are just like incredibly light. You're just like, we don't vibe. We got no problems.
You are the force within, and we are the Morning LALALAND, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And you can listen to all your favorite interviews available as a podcast on iTunes.
That's right. We're waking up the world together. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and support these amazing women. Check them out. Check them on Spotify. Right? Yeah.
The force be with you.
LALALAND.